I'm Arland Jolly. I've been farming Pleasantville, Iowa since 1960. I started farming with international tractors, and I always farmed with international tractors. My first tractor was one of the 460s that I had an M farm mold before that, and it broke down, so I ended up buying a new 460 and a 50H later that next year, and from there on my collection has increased to the 32 that I now have. And anyhow, that's how my collection began anyhow. This is a beginning of my real antique collection. I've got 32 tractors altogether, but this one here I acquired from a neighbor, and it was a 39M. It was under a corn picker sitting out in a horse lot, and anyhow, it looks a lot different than it did when I first bought it anyhow. And so it's one of the original first 500 production. So okay, and this plow here I'd acquired later here, and it's a two-bottom little Genius plow. That's my rotary hoe. It's a 1981, I believe. These seed boxes also belong on a corn planter, and they are different seed boxes in the fact that you got two levels where you can plant two different seeds on the same in the same row on the corn planter. And that's my three-bottom plow that I've acquired and haven't got restored yet. It's a number 8 plow. This 76 Cub Cadet is like the one we originally bought in 76. My wife, she decided she wanted to trade it off because it had a year on it, so in 3 years later she bought an 81. And anyhow, we acquired this one here just 4 years ago, my wife's 75th birthday. And anyhow, it was identical to it, and this is an original one that way. And this 1466, I later got the number on it because I didn't have the numbers available at the time. But this 1466, I acquired it here in recent years, and that's one of my main tractors. It's a black stripe, so it's one of the last 500 made. Okay, this 966, I acquired it brand new in 1972, 73, I believe. And anyhow, I use that on the farm all the time. And at the time I didn't have a Henniker cab on it, but I put the Henniker cab on because that was when cabs started coming out new on tractors.
What year is that?
It's an aftermarket. Okay. The 656, I just acquired it here about less than 5 years ago at a farm sale, and it's an original tractor there. Original paint. This 800 planter is the one I use all the time. Still using it yet. It's a good corn planter and about as up to date as a lot of the new ones. It's just not as big. The 806, I acquired that so I could run a mounted drill on it at the time because it had 3-point on it, and we have been using it a lot since then. And it does all my corn planting. 460s, I've got 6 460s, so you'll see repeats of them here. And this one's 465, I believe. And I call them by numbers because that way I can keep track of which one I'm talking about when I change an oil or whatever things. This is a 404. I had it in the shop and was in the process of getting ready to repaint it, which I just got done this last week. And anyhow, we reassembled it so we could show it at the meeting anyhow. So it doesn't look the most perfect, but it's a nice little tractor. And I got that tractor out of Mississippi. This 460 here is my original 460 that I bought in 1963. It's a 1961 tractor. It's brand new. It was brand new when I bought it, and I've since refurbished it, and it's got all original TA and everything in it. It's all original. This 465, and it's just another 460 that I acquired and I use all the time. This 460 utility, I bought that one down in let's see, I get it straight here. I bought this one at a machinery sale there in Sheraton, Iowa, and anyhow I got it all refurbished and it looks pretty nice. It's about 1960. This crawler, I bought it in Oskaloosa, Iowa. I used it to build half-mile terrace here a couple years ago with it, and so it's kind of a handy little crawler. It's an industrial model. It's got the street tracks on it, but I rebuilt the tracks on it so I can do about anything I wanted with it. And it's got had the 4-in-1 bucket on it, which allows you to, I can pick it up to 12 feet high and I can open it up and dump things out of it or grade with it, any combination. This is 466. This is the last 460 that I bought. The guy didn't even have power steering, and the power steering was bad on it, so he used cables to drive it with till I refurbished it. But it's an all original tractor. This is 462. This tractor here I use as a loader tractor most all the time. And it's the second one that I acquired. And this 464, this is my son's tractor actually, and we keep loader on it most of the time. It's got a roll bar on it, and I did upset it last year, so it was kind of a handy safety deal. This is a 450. I acquired that from one of my friends, and I've had it several years here in my collection. And this 350 come from Shirley Horn and hit his farm sale, and I've since refurbished it, and it's a pretty nice looking tractor. And that's my son standing in front of the tractor there, facing me. This 400, it came out of Arkansas. I brought it home and refurbished it, and it runs great. I had to redo the head on it, otherwise it was as I bought it. This Jolly Acres IH toy shed, which is right behind it there. Okay, this is a 300, and I got this 300 from Kinzenball's collection when he had an auction down there, and so it was already refurbished. The Super MTA. This is a Super MTA, not just a Super M. I've got the incorrect hood on it because I like my hood better than the one they had on it, and but it is totally a Super MTA, and I acquired that in Minnesota. I traded with a guy. I had bought a previous Super MTA, and this one here was all ready to be repainted, and I haven't got it done yet. That's all I know about it. This Super H here, and I acquired it in Des Moines. I had an auction up there, and this tractor here is like my original dad's Super H, in the fact that the hydraulics are underneath of it rather than up underneath the gas tank there. And so I decided to buy one like my dad had at one time. This H here is 1950 H, and it's one of the earlier ones, and I got it repainted that I had acquired. This one here, that's a 1940 tractor, and I bought this from a junk dealer, and it needs a lot of attention. I haven't, because the engine needs overhauled, and I haven't. Otherwise, it's totally an original 1940 tractor, wheels and all. This is the 47H that was under corn picker. It was one of my classmates' tractors, and I acquired it, and I haven't had a chance to refurbish it yet, but it's all wartime, post-war time tractor, 1947. This is 1942 H. My dad had one like this, and I started farming with in 1942 with him. In later years, I acquired this one because the other one had been deceased for a good number of years. And I got a chance to buy this 42, and I got the original steel for the 42, and I had the original steel for my dad's front wheels, but the rear wheels I had to acquire out of South Dakota. Then after that, I made road rims for it and put incline belting on it so that I can drive up on steel ramps or anything like that, or drive it on concrete. And so it's an original 42 and is a nice little tractor. This one here, okay, go ahead. This is a 1940 tractor here. That's the one that needs total rework.
That's the same one from before?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, this is my 1660 combine. I bought it from up to near Odebolt. It was my former president's combine. Can't think of the name at the moment here. Shade. Mr. Shade's combine. I went up and acquired it, and so that's my main combine now, and I'm still using it. And that's the 1460. I bought this one used 10 years probably prior to that, and my son uses it to do custom work now, yet. So we've still got both combines. We only got 300 acres to farm ground to mow. Okay.
Same one, right? Yeah.
This is my Jolly Acres truck. We acquired that and use it to haul grain on the farm or tow my grain trailer to haul tractors on. This is the newest tractor. This is 1981. My wife, she wanted this little tractor, and so we acquired it. It's only got about 600 hours on it. This tractor is a diesel, front wheel assist, got 500 and 1,000 RPM power takeoff on it, and front wheel assist and everything. It's it's the last one of these 284s.